All right, let's talk about money. Specifically, that feeling of financial stress. We're going to tackle it head on today. But here's the twist. This isn't about earning more. Nope. It's about giving you a totally new way to think about spending, a way that actually puts you back in the driver's seat.
So let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar? You're earning a good income, right? The money's coming in, but then the end of the month rolls around and you're just staring at your bank account, wondering where did it all go? It's a super frustrating cycle. And you know what? It's a huge sign that the way we've all been taught to think about money is just, well, it's broken. And I want to be crystal clear about this. The problem isn't your income. It really isn't. It's your bucket. Imagine your finances are this bucket. If it's riddled with holes, it doesn't matter how much water or money you pour into it, right? It's just going to leak out and end up empty. And those holes, yeah, that's our spending. This is exactly what we call the leaky bucket problem. It's this belief we all have that, oh, if I just earned a little more, everything would be fine. We think our money problems would just magically vanish. But the hard truth, if you don't plug those leaks, more income just leads to more spending. It's like a bigger bucket with bigger holes. You end up right back where you started, just with more expensive stuff. So, when I say the word expense, what pops into your head? For most of us, it's the usual stuff, right? Rent, food, bills, basically the cost of just living day to day. It's a really reactive way of looking at it. It's money that's already out the door.
Okay, but what if? What if that very definition is the thing that's been holding you back this whole time? What if seeing expenses that way is like trying to find your way with only half a map? It's time for a pretty big mindset shift.
So, let's do it. Let's build a whole new foundation. We are literally going to redefine the word expense. And by doing that, we're going to give you proactive control over every single dollar. Honestly, this one little shift in how you see things, it's the key to, well, everything we're talking about today. You ready? Here it is. The new definition of an expense. It is any money flowing out of your life, period. It doesn't matter if you're buying coffee, putting money into a savings account, or investing in the stock market. It's all an expense. Why? Because every single outflow is a choice. You're giving every dollar a specific job to do. And this is so powerful because it connects who you are today with who you want to be in the future. Suddenly, expenses aren't just about surviving the month. They're active, conscious choices you're making to build the life you want tomorrow. Your savings, your investments, they're not just leftovers anymore. They become planned expenses for your future self. Okay, so if everything is an expense, how in the world do we organize all of that? It sounds chaotic, I know, but we need a framework. And that's where the 4 pillars of spending come in. This is how we're going to bring some serious order to the chaos. This whole framework is designed to give you a crystal clear picture of not just where your money is going, but more importantly, why it's going there. All right, pillar number 1 is consumption. This is pretty much what you'd expect. It's all the stuff that covers your life right now. Think rent, food, Netflix, the things that make today, well, today. Pillar number 2. Commitment. These are your promises. It's any money you've already promised to pay someone else. We're talking student loans, car payments, maybe money you sent to family. These are pretty much the non-negotiables in your budget. Now, the third pillar is absolutely critical. It's safety. And listen, this isn't just saving money. No, this is an active expense you make to protect yourself. It's what keeps one bad surprise, like a medical bill or losing your job, from derailing your entire life. Think of it this way, you are literally spending money to buy peace of mind. And that brings us to the 4th and final pillar, growth and freedom. This is the exciting part. This is where you spend money to build the future you actually want. We're talking about investments for retirement, sure, but it's also about investing in yourself, like buying a course to learn a new skill. This is you spending today to create opportunities for tomorrow. Okay, now we can take this a step further and get even more clarity. Let's overlay these 4 pillars with the classic needs versus wants idea. So under consumption, groceries are a clear need, but going out to a fancy restaurant, that's a want. Or for commitment, that student loan is a need you had to take on, but the loan for a brand new luxury car, that's probably a want. See how this forces you to get really, really honest about the why behind where your money goes? So we've got this awesome new framework, but how do we actually use it? How do we make it happen? Well, it all boils down to one simple, incredibly powerful rule that flips everything you've been taught on its head. It's called the pay yourself first rule. And let me be clear, Paying yourself doesn't mean buying a new pair of shoes. It means you fund your safety and your growth pillars first. Before you pay the landlord, before you pay the phone bill, before you even buy groceries, you are making your future self the #1 priority. It becomes totally non-negotiable. This completely changes the order of operations for your money. The second your paycheck hits your account, the very first dollars go to safety, building that emergency fund, paying for insurance. The very next dollars go to growth, your investments. It's only after your future self is taken care of that you start paying for today's needs. And whatever is left after that, that's what you have to spend on wants. This, right here, this shows the whole game-changing shift. The old way, the way most of us operate, is income minus expenses equals, well, whatever's left over for savings, if anything. The new way flips it. It's income minus savings. That's you paying yourself first. And that equals what you have left to live on. You're not just hoping you'll have something left to save, you're planning to spend what's left after you've saved. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it without driving yourself crazy with spreadsheets and tracking every single coffee? The key isn't micromanagement. It's about building a few simple, repeatable habits that give you real, lasting control. The cornerstone habit is what we'll call the periodic expense audit. And no, this does not mean tracking every penny. It just means taking, say, 1 hour, once a month, or even once a quarter, to look at the big picture. You just pull up your bank statements, quickly sort your spending into those 4 pillars, and ask yourself, is my money actually going where I plan for it to go? It's all about getting visibility, not getting obsessed.
So here are 4 super practical habits you can start, right now. First, go schedule that first spending audit in your calendar. Put it on the books. Second, for any big purchase that isn't an emergency, use the 24-hour rule. Just wait a day. You'll be amazed at how powerful that little pause is. Third, get in the habit of asking why before you buy. Is this a need, a want? Does it actually align with my goals? And finally, number 4, and this is maybe the most important, automate those pay yourself first transfers. Set it and forget it. Make it completely effortless. Look, at the end of the day, every single dollar you earn is going to get spent. That's a guarantee. The only real choice you have is who you're going to pay. Are you going to pay the person you are today, or are you going to pay the person you want to become? This whole framework is about giving you the power to make that choice on purpose. So I'll leave you with this. Who are you going to pay first?